Salvete discipuli. In this video, we'll have the notes for the second declension neuter, and also I will include the song for remembering the endings of the second declension neuter. All right. Start, though, on page 20, where this topic begins, and the model word is bellum belli, which means war. Over here, under the vocab list that shows other words that belong to the same declension and therefore function just like bellum belli, there are derivative words that you can use for your derivative assignment. I am going to add one, but I'll do that when we go over these words. So back to this page. This word belongs to the second declension, just like second declension masculine words. But I want to just spend a quick moment on why do we call this a second declension word and not just a third declension? Why don't we consider this next category of words the third declension? After all, this is going to be your third quiz. Why not call it the third declension? Well, you're going to see that a lot of the endings are the same as the previous group of words that you learned. And so that's one reason. But another reason that you learned is that, take a look at the dictionary form, bellum belli, and take a look at that genitive singular. It's an E ending. So we know the first two, bellum, belly. Okay? And we learned a rule last time. Any word with E in the genitive singular belongs to the second declension. And so that's just not a rule we're going to unlearn. So there's going to be no exceptions to that rule. Here are the rest of the endings. You're going to see that they're very similar. E, o, a, orum, is, is. So e, o, a, orum, is, is. And the song is similar. It's the same tune to the second declension masculine. It goes like this. It's to the tune of Jingle Bells. E, o, a, orum, is, is. E, o, a, orum, is, is. And so there's a rule about neuter words. This is true of bellum. It's true of all of the words that you see here on this list. It's also true of neuter words that you're going to learn that are part of other declensions in the future. And there are no exceptions to this rule, so pay attention to this rule. It's an important one. The rule is, for neuter words, comma, for neuter words, the nominative, which I'll abbreviate, and accusative are always identical, and that is the case here. Bella is the nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. Okay? The nominative and the accusative are the same. They're both ums, and over here on the plural side, the nominative and the accusative are also the same. So let's take a look at other words that work like bellum belli. So we have chelum cheli, which means the sky. It also means heaven. When chelum is used to mean the Christian heaven, the sea on chelum will be capitalized. Regnum regni means kingdom. It can also mean the royal power that a king has. So it can mean like not just kingdom, it can mean his kingliness, right? Premium premii means reward. Periculum periculi, danger. Now, the word peril comes from periculum periculi. So the word peril should help us remember that periculum means danger, because we all know that peril means danger. And imperium imperii means command, power, or empire. And so underneath, we have the book gives you several derivative words that you can use: belligerent, Interregnum, so somebody who is belligerent is somebody who likes to pick a fight. That should help us remember that bellum belli means war. Interregnum comes from regnum. It's a period of time in between the reign of one monarch and the next monarch. And then a premium was offered, which is kind of like a prize. Even the way we use it today it's somewhat prize-like. Even if we're using premium as an adjective, like, oh, a premium cut of meat. Well, it's like the cut of meat that is so good that you would expect it to be given as a prize for something. And His Imperial Majesty. So those are all all derivative words that you can use in other assignments this chapter. And even though we'll end this video, so even though I'm going to do other videos that have some of the exercises being done and talked through, we'll do one right here from exercise 16. Okay, if you look, there are some words of the first declension combined with words of the second declension, and so we would just have to kind of keep both sets of endings in mind. So, for example, porta coeli. So porta is gate, and it's nominative singular, so it means a single gate. And then coeli, I see that it's capitalized, so it's going to mean heaven. It's not going to mean sky, right? It's referring to the Christian heaven. And so coeli can mean, well, I guess coeli can only mean one thing. It can only be genitive, because in the nominative it would end in a. Okay, so it doesn't mean gate heavens, right? It means of heaven, gate of heaven. And so there's just an example of how the second declension neuter works.